Hey everybody, Jack O'Malley with you on an overcast Wednesday and coming to you from the office here of the 101st. So a lot going on tonight. I'm recording this a little earlier in the afternoon, mid-afternoon. I have a virtual town hall, call it that, on Zoom that was sent out and promoted on this Facebook page, also in my e-newsletter that goes out monthly. And it is for constituents only. We're going to do our best. We check to see, where you're from. Not that I don't like people from other parts of the state, but this is an opportunity for questions and answers to my constituents, people of the 101st. So just know. So this is going to air about 6 o'clock, but at 7 o'clock we'll be going live via Zoom. So do those because I think it's a good opportunity to reach people at a time of day when they're actually available. Other coffee hours, you do them at with a 4-county district, you do them at 11 a.m. on a Monday morning. Not everybody can make it, but 7 o'clock on a Wednesday evening, hopefully more can. So that's what's coming up. All right, I'm going to run through some things, kind of a lightning round, because a lot's happening today, and I don't want to miss out. Interesting survey from the Michigan Licensed Beverage Association. They asked their members in a survey, how many employees have you laid off since March? The statewide average was 23 per establishment. And they went on to say that at 50% capacity level, members were asked how long they thought they could last. 68% felt they could survive 6 months or longer if they could just get up to 50% occupancy. 10%, just over 10%, felt they could go for 4 months. 4% would last 5 months. 8% said they could go a month at 50%. 4% could go 2 months. So not real good there, but at least getting them up to 50 would help a lot more than we're at right now. And we're at 25% until March 29th, which totally stinks. By February, 83% of all Michigan school districts were planning to offer some full or part-time in-person instruction, according to a survey from Michigan State University. 65% of districts plan to offer fully in-person instruction. 18% were doing some form of hybrid instruction. Again, just kind of a lightning round here on some things. Statewide survey of Michigan businesses reveals some optimism regarding workers returning to the workplace. Executives responded to a Business Leaders of Michigan survey that 10% of their workers will remain at home going forward. However, 84% of respondents said they expect employees to be returning to in-person work by the third quarter. Tomorrow, I know I get a lot of comments on this, no matter what the topic. What are you doing about nursing homes? Well, tomorrow in our oversight committee, we will be talking to nursing homes across the state. The Department of Health and Human Services, to my knowledge, as of this recording, was declining to come in and offer insight. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Also, today we had a very important vote in the House of Representatives. I think you're familiar with lame duck. For those who might not be, a brief explanation. It's the end of a term, not the end of a year, but the end of a 2-year term, where everything at the end of that year, at the end of that term, that second year, everything's dead. It can't move forward. So it's called lame duck, and it's the time after the election to the end of the term where things get pushed through. Some lame ducks are quiet, some are a little bit more, a little more busy, but they've developed a very poor reputation over the last few years, and unfortunately, probably for some good reasons. Anyway, today, Speaker Wentworth, his joint resolution said that after the election, any vote that would be taken would have to pass, any bill would have to pass with 2/3 majority, meaning those late night sneak them in type things wouldn't happen after the election. So for those of you who find lame duck to be a concern, I want you to know that as you know, we often are said that, we're good for nothings who are always trying to sneak things by. The House today passed overwhelmingly a resolution that would limit it to a 2/3 vote in lame duck. That resolution now goes on to the Senate, so we'll see what happens. But probably the biggest thing that has happened here today is Speaker Wentworth, along with the sponsors, introduced a bipartisan health care plan. It's in the House, course, the Senate would have to weigh in, and so would the governor. But there's 15 different bills, and I'm not going to go through them all right here, but I want you to know that we have moved them forward, or they're being introduced. There will be discussion, stakeholders. From what I hear, everybody has got a little bit of a grumble with every one of these bills, which probably means there's some good legislation that's going to come out of it. But here are some of the bills and what they're going after. Again, much more discussion to come, but this health care plan is a bipartisan plan coming out of the House. It was introduced today, discussion to follow, and hearings and that sort of thing. Insulin copay. Caps insulation copays at $50 for a 30-day supply. Now remember, none of this is law yet. These were just introduced. Drug transparency, requiring manufacturers to submit a report to state regulators when they increase the cost of certain prescription medications. Hospital cost transparency. Hospitals would have to post a digital copy of their charge description master on their website for public viewing. Prescription price transparency, allowing pharmacists to provide the current price of a comparable generic or name brand medication to anyone purchasing a medication. Right to shop allows a patient to purchase a covered prescription from an out-of-care network. Probably one of the biggest would be controlling prescription middlemen, pharmacy benefit managers. This is huge. Licenses and regulates these pharmacy benefit managers, and the bill also requires quarterly transparency reports and so on and so forth. So those are big things. Patient protection stops insurance companies from removing a prescription drug from its list of offerings during the plan year. Also, nurse anesthetists, anesthesiologists. It's been a long day. Expands the scope of practice for certified registered nurse anesthetists to improve access to safe services in Michigan. So there's a whole lot to this, and I just think that it's important to know that we're trying to do the best we can to lower cost of prescription medication, which of course is huge. And also increase access to new medications which are out there and make them more affordable, and also make healthcare industry up their game to provide higher standard of care. So that healthcare plan has been introduced. It's now moving forward into discussion and hearings and things. But I want you to know that things are happening, things are moving, and as I was chatting there, somebody's probably already typed in, but what are you doing about nursing homes? What are you doing about COVID? Once again, tomorrow, an election reform. Can't forget that one. Tomorrow, Oversight Committee is looking at the nursing care situation. As I've mentioned in updates here in the last week or so, our election committee is taking testimony and looking at legislation to fix our election situation. So it's happening. There's a lot of plates spinning. It's all going on right now. So again, bear with us. It can't all happen in the blink of an eye, but we're moving forward, and we're pushing back. Again, my criticism with the governor is well stated and been out there, so I'm not going to repeat it at this very moment. But I want you to know, with the things we're talking about tonight and the things we're doing, we are pushing, we are moving forward. My child care situation, we're meeting on that. So a lot happening, and I understand that people have specific issues that they're passionate about or angry about. I get it. So know that we are doing that. And so I might not speak on every topic every time, because there is so much going on. And what's important to this person, maybe not as important to that, but this is important to them, and you get what I'm saying. One other note, I was chatting with a colleague on the floor today, Representative Andrea Schroeder, and she said, "Oh, my mother loves you." So I laughed. I said, well, she watches my updates all the time. So Martha McIntosh, hello. Your daughter is a great woman, and I enjoy serving with her. So, all right, I am out of here, off to my Zoom town hall, and we'll check back with you on Friday. I'm sure there will be interesting things to discuss.